Everyone listening to this video was born with two drug addictions, man or woman, black or white, rich or poor, tall or skinny, short or fat. You gotta understand, right, that you're after freedom, not power, right? Because power without freedom is really nothing. And when you get to a certain point, you realize man created power, right? But freedom was your birthright. Now, these two addictions I'm talking about, they are starch and sugar. Now, before you go and say, well, oh man, I thought you were going to talk about a drug addiction. No, they are drugs. You better believe. I'm talking about refined starch and I'm talking about refined sugar. They are a noose that is around your neck right now. Right? And you never even knew it. You never even thought that you had two vices. You never even thought that you had multiple drug addictions from the day you were born. Right? You've been told drugs are marijuana, cocaine, heroin, ecstasy, meth, even alcohol to a degree. You've been told are things, cigarettes, these are the things we need to look out for, right? You would have never guessed that you were consuming two chemicals, right? Two drugs. Now, if you don't believe they are drugs, try to live without them. Try to live without refined sugar or without starch. Right? Try to... Yeah, one minute. So, try to live without sugar, right? I'm talking soda. I'm talking cake. Right, I'm talking anything that has added sugar in it. And try to live without starch, right? Try to live without bread, pasta, cheese, milk, right? Any sort of pizza, any sort of bread, anything, white bread, white rice, flour, brown rice, right? Any of that. Try to live on just meat and vegetables, right? If you're still a meat eater now, try to live on meat and vegetables and see how quickly you go crazy. I guarantee you, within anywhere from 3 to 7 days, you're going to start losing your mind. Now, it's not because you can't live without those two things, right? It's because they're so damn addictive, right? They do all kinds of things to your brain when you consume them. All kinds of little explosions in your mind that are just sensations that you live for. See, a lot of the time when you eat, you're not even hungry. You're just craving another dopamine hit that you get from drinking that soda or eating that pizza, right? Or eating that macaroni. Even when you crave burgers, you actually crave the bun and the cheese way more than you crave the meat and the lettuce. You just look at the whole package and you think, you're craving the meat, right? But see, you got to understand, these vices are going to destroy you because this shit literally eats right through you. This shit eats right through you the way heroin or cocaine would, right? These are drug addictions you have. You have a noose around your neck right now. And it's eating you slowly, right? You don't know that, but the carbonic acid you're getting... And look, when the starch breaks down, it technically breaks down into sugar. So you could say it's one addiction, right? You could say it's just a sugar addiction. But really, it's starch and sugar. And you got to understand, right? When you eat that bread, that pasta, that pizza, that mac and cheese, that carbonic acid eats you up inside, right? It rips minerals from your bones, robs you of nutrients, right? Because it's lifeless. It's a chemical. Starch is a binding chemical. It's not food, right? There are natural grains in the wild, right? You can call them natural starches, but they're alive, right? They have real nutrients in them. They haven't been refined and robbed of their minerals. And you got to understand, right? Anytime you consume something that's been robbed of minerals, it takes more minerals out of your body to process it than you get in return by consuming it. So you're getting ripped off, right? Every single time you consume these refined starches, this refined sugar, right? The funny thing is, man, I'm kind of all over the place with this video, but it's because I get so many different people coming at me from so many different angles trying to defend their addictions. And you can have all the knowledge in the world, right? You can watch as many of my videos as you want to, right? But unless you have the heart to let go of the things that are eating you alive, none of my information is going to do anything for you, you know? Right now, you're wearing so many different sets of handcuffs, right? Now, it's simple to get out of them, but it's incredibly painful because you have a romantic love affair with your vices, right? Now, it's not just as simple as quitting sugar and starch, right? Because you need to understand what to replace them with. And there are multiple things you need to replace them with, multiple things you've been living without, right? That you've never consumed. And of course, I go into that in my program because that's a bit longer of a discussion. It's very simple, but it sounds foreign to you when you don't know how to do it, right? And it's something your ancestors knew naturally, right? But you got to understand, you've got to stop eating these two things, right? Forget the meat, you know. Look, if you people are addicted to meat, that's something you can work on later. Yeah, that uric acid is eating you up from the meat, but that sugar and that carbonic acid, it's going to fuck you up way more than the meat will, right? And if you get over that addiction, I mean, meat is nothing. Meat is the easiest thing. You know how many people easily make it to vegetarian, right? Because they still get to eat their carbs. They still get to eat their bread, their pasta, their cheese, right? Their sugar. So yeah, cutting out meat is the easiest fucking thing in the world because it's not as addictive as those other things, right? Now, even the people who make it to vegan, well, that's still easy too, because you can still eat bread, you can still eat pasta, you can still eat sugar. Yeah, you're not doing cheese, right? You know, but shit, I mean, starch is the most addictive thing in the world, man. It's the most addictive fucking chemical, right? And everyone's a starch addict. So, it's easy to make it to vegan, right? But see, everyone asks me, like, bro, are you a vegan? Are you a vegan? Oh, you talk all this shit, you must be a vegan. Oh, vegans are malnourished. And you're absolutely right. Vegans are malnourished. Vegans don't know fucking anything. God didn't make vegans. God made people who eat naturally, who only ate nature's food, right? So, you guys are concerned, like, oh, well, you're preaching this vegan shit. You guys don't even know what you don't even know, man. You don't even know how much deeper this shit gets than fucking vegan. I mean, oh my God. Yes, vegans are malnourished. Of course, vegans don't know shit about what their body needs, right? Yeah, they cut out a few of their vices, but not only do they still have the worst vice of all, which is starch, they don't even know how to replenish their damaged cells. They don't even know how to replenish the nutrients, the minerals that have been robbed from them. And just cutting out the poison doesn't undo all of the damage that's been done over the years, right? You've got like a negative balance, right, in your so-called nutrition bank account, right? You're in the negative, and okay, great, you stop spending, but that's not going to just take care of the debt by itself. You still got to pay that debt back, and you don't know how to do that, and being vegan isn't enough, right? So if you take away anything from this video, and look, if you guys don't believe me, just try going without any bread or pasta or any starch, right, or any sugar. Try just doing meat and vegetables and see how long it is before you go crazy. And you're not going crazy from hunger because you're eating, right? You're eating your meat, you're eating your vegetables, your stomach is full, but you're going to find that you're going to start pushing away those vegetables and that meat, and you're going to be craving that bread, that cheese, that pasta, that milkshake, that Coca-Cola, because you're a drug addict, you're a fiend, and you don't even know it, right? So you can make all the money in the world, you can even quit alcohol, you can quit cigarettes, and But if you don't quit those two vices, those two addictions, you might as well just do everything else then. I mean, because those things are going to rip right through you, man. Those two vices are a wicked noose around your neck. And it's really a tragedy because we're born with those addictions. Our parents don't know what they're doing. They're feeding us this baby formula, this Pediasure, this milk with sugar when we're babies. You know, we're literally born as drug addicts. You know, you're a little toddler, your parents start feeding you mac and cheese and fucking soda pop. I know my parents did. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. You know, and I'm not mad at them because they didn't know any better. But once you know better, it's your obligation to yourself, you know, to undo those vices. And God help you if you have a cigarette and an alcohol addiction, and you have a starch and a sugar and a meat addiction. I mean, you have 5 different drug habits you don't even know you have. You think, oh, I just smoking cigarettes is the only bad thing. Nah, bro, like, you got 5 different addictions, bro. You know, and in this world, they made sure by the time we're even 18 that we've got multiple addictions. They want you fucked when you get out there into the adult world. They want you set. I mean, goddamn, bro, if you have like a pill addiction too, or an antidepressant, I mean, some of you motherfuckers got 6, 7, 8 different fucking vices, man. It's really a tragedy because you're like a little kid. I remember I'm a little kid in elementary school and they're giving us milk and bread and fucking meat. And it's like they're telling us this is healthy for us. And you got kids 6, 7, 8 years old already coming down with fucking diabetes and cancer and all kinds of infections. And it's all from the food you eat, man. It's all because the food you're eating isn't actually food. So just remember that, man. Let that really seep into your subconscious, that starch and sugar are drugs, right? And you are a drug addict right now. Listening to this video, you have multiple drug addictions as we speak. So, you know, just some more food for thought.